right. Hey guys. So I just wanted to go ahead and make a team call for most of you that are new coaches, and some of you guys, well, most of you are getting back into the habit of trying to work this business all over again. And 2016 is already here. I can't believe how fast December just went ahead and like flew by. I felt like I blinked and it was gone. There's a couple of things that I want to go over with coaching. So I wanted to make a slide so you have some visuals, and I wanted to give you guys a recording of some of the stuff I'm getting asked a lot about, and how I do certain things and why I do certain things and how I'm able to afford to stay home. So I figured I could make a recording for you so you can listen to it on your own time. It's Sunday. It's almost 7 now. But hopefully you guys could listen to it either tonight or sometime tomorrow before our big search call we have tomorrow with the CEO of Beachbody. That's at 9 p.m. instead of our Bombshell Dynasty call. So I'll stop blabbing and I'll go ahead and I'm going to share my screen. And I'm going to go through some of the slides I made for you because I want everyone to start thinking about their goals for 2016, because December went by so fast. And believe it or not, when you have your own business, the year flies by even faster. So I want you to take action now in most of your goals, or as many as you can, because a year goes by very, very fast. So let's go ahead. I'm going to share my screen for you. Okay. Sorry, the baby's kind of being a little whiny. You present. Okay, so I just went through all the slides. Sorry. All right, so I just want everyone to know that this business is very possible. You didn't have to sign up 3 years ago. You didn't have to have some crazy upline that makes thousands of dollars every week. Just know that this business is possible. So you have to remind yourself and tell yourself it's possible for you to have what you want in your life. I hope you guys know it's possible. Honestly, it's your mindset and it's the belief that gets in your way. So you need to have belief in what you're doing. There's no difference between you or between myself or Brittany, except for the fact that Brittany and I probably put up with a lot more bullshit than you guys do. Excuse my language, but it's the truth. We do a ton of personal development to shift our mindset. There's plenty of nights that we both want to go ahead and rip our hair out to meet our goals, but we don't do that because of our personal mindset. So one thing I want to tell you is the staggering statistic, and I don't want any of you guys to fall into it. Whether you're on my team or not, I refuse to be a quitter. And just so you know, you'll see right down here that 97% of the people that sign up as coaches eventually quit. So I don't know about you, but I refuse to be a quitter. I never want someone to think that I gave up on something that at one point in my life I wanted really bad. I'm sorry that these slides keep skipping. It's like every time I move my mouse. With this business, I just want you to know that like when I wanted to go full throttle with this business, plenty of people were like, what are you doing? But I knew if I would make it work, and the fact that I love doing this, I would never fall into that statistic. So ask yourself, will you be in that 97% of quitters, or are you going to be in the 3% of people who make this business work? I'm willing to invest my time into each and every one of you, whether you want to make this a business full-time, or you want to just do it for a hobby, or if you simply want to just be a coach just to get your Shakeology paid for. It doesn't matter. Whatever you guys need, Brittany and I are all here. All right, so I'm willing to invest in my personal development every day, and I'm willing to invest in my energy into each and every one of you, whether you have belief in yourself or don't. I have to do my workout every day. I have to do my personal development every day. I have to share my story. And you know what? The secret sauce of this business is having faith, having patience, and engaging in constant action. So you have to really start believing in the unknown. You're going to be doing all this work in the beginning for like peanuts and everything we say, and you might feel like it's not working, but I'm telling you, this is a secret. You have to have faith and patience and just keep doing that. It's in any business, not just coaching. You have to really fully immerse yourself. So yeah, it's great that you show up to every single call, every national wake up call, you engage in the team pages. But what you need to do is you need to apply the things that you're learning from these team calls, from these posts that you see other top coaches share in our pages. You need to go ahead and apply them and implement them. If someone else has done this, you can do this too. You just got to tell yourself, I can do this. I had to tell myself that a lot within these past few months because I honestly felt like life has thrown me pretty much every curveball you can imagine. I have had some of my best coaches quit on me. I've had some of my coaches that I know could rock this business only doing one or two of their vital behaviors when they need to do all of the vital behaviors to really make their business work and move forward. You know, when you're skipping things that we share with you that you guys need to do, your business won't move forward. I see these coaches have so much potential that they just haven't tapped into yet, and it makes me want to rip my hair out. But I can't force this on you guys. You guys have to want this bad enough for yourself and just follow our lead. But you know what? I know if I focus on my actions and keep going, I'll make it. And with that, I promise you, you will make it. So down here it says easy is not an option. Signing up as a coach, you're going to have a lot of hard decisions. For example, all right, am I going to, stay home and, get my challenge group assignments together, or am I going to go out to the bar? Am I going to go out to dinner with my friends tonight, or am I going to go put a training together for my team? I'm not telling you guys not to have lives, but you're going to have a lot of hard decisions, like constantly checking in with your challenge groups. And that'll come with time management too. So it's not like you're a slave to your computer, but just know that like you not wanting to do your workout, it's easy to be like, all right, I'm going to skip my workout. But you know what? You need to get your workout clothes on. You need to lace up your sneakers, and you got to get your workout done because you need to be a product of the product. All right, so I want to talk about some characteristics of a leader, and it's kind of a long slide, but we're going to go through them, and I'll try to be as quickly as I can with going over them. Every time, when I read a book and when someone tells me to do this, you'll be successful, I do it, and I make sure they are done before I go to bed at night, every single night. So first we have honesty. Are you honest? So what I mean is, an example is when you post, are you honest? A lot of people say you can't be that positive. Well, I've done a lot of personal development, and now it's second nature for me to find the positivity in almost everything. Like if you ate a donut, don't post that you're on top of your meal plan because obviously you're not. You just ate a donut. Go ahead and post about like, oh, I slipped off a little bit. I ate a donut. I don't want you to be perfect. You can share your failures as long as you're showing that you're failing forward. Take something negative that happens to you during the day and turn it into a positive. Second is delegation. So you need to start delegating. Ask your teams to help you. Ask your team to start running their own challenge groups or their free challenge groups. Give your team members, even if it's a very small team. Right now, my team is pretty small. I don't have a huge team. But we're going to start having, different roles. Each coach is going to have a different role and a different task to do every week. So that's going to help my team start gaining the characteristics of a leadership. They're going to start taking leadership in their own day, in their own life. And so, you can ask your team for help. Or even a good example is ask your family to help you. If you got to get some work done, ask your family to do something for you. Ask your husband to load the dishwasher, or just, even if it's a small thing like doing his own laundry. I have to do all of Anthony's laundry. And sometimes it gets a little overwhelming because I feel like I'm backed up on house stuff and I'm backed up on Beachbody stuff. And, it kind of sucks. So just ask help when you need it. Another thing is communication. If you want to be a good leader, you need to communicate. Communication is key in this business. If you don't understand something or if you need to reach out and ask, do so. Do not be a fly on the wall in any of your team page groups. You need to make sure you're asking your upline questions. Are you asking them any questions right now? Your upline will not always be telling you to do these things all the time because we want you to be independent. I'll tell everybody that Google and YouTube were my best friends when I first became a coach. I looked up everything. I followed other top coaches on YouTube, and I still do every day. When I'm in the car driving to the grocery store going to work, you bet your ass I'm going on Amy Silverman's or Melanie Mitro's or Alyssa Shoemaker's. I'm going on someone, or Nita Myron's. I'm going on one of the top coaches' YouTube channels, and I'm going to listen to what they have to say, and I'm going to take notes in my mind, or as soon as I stop, I'm going to jot something down to my phone. I'm going to take notes on what they're doing with their team, and I'm going to duplicate what they're doing with my own team. So, you know, even if you want to be independent and not constantly asking your upline for help, use the resources that you guys already have. In every single one of your team pages, which are your groups on Facebook, like for instance, my team, we have the Barbells and Bows with Team Fit and Fearless, which is Brittany, Eddie's, and my team. And we also have Fit's Dynasty team page, which is Brittany and mine. It's our coaches' major team page. So there's a ton of resources in that file section. And Tony Robbins once had a quote that it always hits home to me. It goes, there's never a lack of resources. There's always a lack of resourcefulness. What that means is that you guys have all the resources you need at your fingertips. Even if it's not in one of our groups, you have Google, you have YouTube. Be resourceful. Use what you guys have. Another thing is that I want you to know that we're your mentors, we're your leaders. So we're not going to micromanage you and constantly be on top of you and on your guys' ass to always do certain things. You know what you guys got to do? You just got to do it. We're here to mentor and lead you, not to micromanage. Number 4, we want you to have confidence. Something most of us don't have, and I struggled with this so badly, but I gained a lot of it through personal development, is confidence. So if you're new to this business and you think you should be hearing how to sell, I will tell you firsthand, this business is not always about selling. It's about personal growth. You need to ask yourself, are you committed? Are you committed to your personal development that's going to help you grow? Because I will tell you, when I'm posting about a sale, I don't get any sales from ever posting about a sale. No one likes to sign on Facebook and feel like they're being sold to something or to somebody. People sign on Facebook because they want to know what's going on in other people's lives, what they're doing, what type of person they are, and they want to follow that person. So ask yourself, you know, are you committed? You know, you got to really think about the team calls. For the most part, Monday nights, I'm not scheduling anything there because I'm committed to our Bombshell Dynasty call, you know, and the more I'm on these calls, the more confident I am. So the confidence and the commitment pretty much ties into the same thing. Next, you need to have a positive attitude. I have a lot of days that are so hard on me, especially being a new mom with an infant that's going through teething right now. It's hard. Like, I try to take on everything myself, and I can tell you, like, it's not easy, and I can't do it all sometimes. But, you know, sometimes I want to sit there and scream. Sometimes I just want to break down and cry. But I have to know that whatever I'm going through, I need to turn it into something positive. I just have to have a positive outlook on life. And I need to be positive for my team, my challengers, and my family, because you know what? It's a lot easier to pull somebody down with you than to lift somebody up. So when I'm in a negative mood or in a bad mood or upset, usually the people around me, they kind of get that vibe too. So you'll probably hear a lot too in the Beachbody community, like your vibe attracts your tribe. Like if you're a Debbie Downer and you have everything going on wrong in your life, you're going to attract people like that. Think about that one analogy or metaphor, whatever you want to call it. If I'm standing up on a chair and you're standing on the ground and I go to pick you up and I'm standing on the chair, it's hard for me to bend down and pick you up. So it's hard for that positive person to reach down and lift that negative person up off their feet. But have you ever realized how easy it is if you're negative and you're down on that ground and there's this positive person up on a chair, you just go to lift them up and bring them down with you. Do you know how easy that is? It's so much easier than what I first explained. It's like the law of gravity. Like negative people just want to bring you down. So do something good and just stay positive through your personal development. So next, number 6 is creative. So as coaches, we want to be creative. Like when I'm lacking something to share with my coaches, I just jump on YouTube, or I head to another top coaches page to get some inspiration and make it my own. I try to be very creative with my personal development, and whatever I learn through my personal development, I either try to turn it into blog posts that I'm going to be growing this year, or I turn it into the content, so the posts that I share either on my Facebook or my Instagram. Like when I was making all these slides, I was kind of like, oh, I don't know, like, should I just type everything out? But I wanted to get creative. I wanted to add some graphics in there. I wanted to add different fonts and different colors. So being creative is part of our job. 7, you got to take initiative. So think of what you're doing and what you need to do to grow your business. Don't wait on what Brittany and I tell you what to do. Yes, take our advice. I'm not saying don't take our advice and completely do what you think is right. Duplicate what we're doing. Duplicate what Lindsay Westbrook, what Lindsay Matway, what Brittany Leggett, duplicate what we're all doing, but just don't stop there. Keep doing what you think you need to do to grow your business. Like I said, when I'm driving in the car, I listen to YouTube from other top coaches and tips and tricks from them. My upline never told me to do that. I decided to do that on my own. Think of what you need to do. Do you need to read a book on how to get healthy and clean eating? Do you need to flip through a fitness magazine to get inspiration for a post the next day? Do you need to actually plan out your post because your schedule is actually insane? So think about it. Do you have the type of schedule that you need to sit down for an hour and plan out your post for the entire week? If you do, do it. Take initiative of what you need to do for your business and your life. 8, be inspiring. Share what's going on behind the scenes. If you're on day 18 of the 21 Day Fix, share that. Don't keep that to yourself and hide it. You'll feel better than ever once you share that. Share your struggles. Don't be afraid to portray some perfect life. People don't relate to perfect. If you had a really horrible day, or if you had a death in your family, share that. Share the not so colorful and happy things in life. But I'm telling you, when you do share that, take something around and try to connect to your audience and throw something inspiring in there. A friend of mine, her grandmother recently passed away, but you know what? She went ahead and she said, my grandma's out of pain. She's in a better place. She lived a fulfilling life, and she shared all the accolades her grandmother owned throughout her life. And let me tell you, that is inspiring. Be approachable. So are you posting stuff and letting people know that they can reach out to you? So if I were to go to your Facebook page, do I know that I could reach out to you? Or am I reading a post that says, hey, comment here, click like, share, or comment, or message me if you want more details, or my email is this, drop your email below. Like, you guys can give calls to actions just to make people know that you're approachable. Next, be authentic. So what you're posting, is it real? Like I said before, you don't want to act like you're somebody you're not, like everything is rainbows and butterflies and roses. Be authentic. Be real with yourself. Next, be responsible. So be a responsible leader. Do what you need to do to be a leader. Check into your challenge groups. Do the 3 vital behaviors every single day. Be responsible to check into your team pages. Be responsible to share your journey. Be responsible to invite to people. Now there's an extra one. Real. So R is for relentlessly working towards your why. I have a reason why I started becoming a coach, and I read my why every single day before I sit down to do my power hour, and that keeps me going. E is for enthusiastic. So if I go to your Facebook or Instagram, am I going to want to follow you? Am I going to want to know what you're up to? you should be making people crave your social media. A, assertive. Be confident in what you're sharing as a Beachbody coach. It kind of goes back into the whole confident and the committed aspects before, or characteristics, I'm sorry. So be assertive, be confident in what you're coaching. This will help you be independent. As an example, just push the envelope a little more, whatever you share. Don't care what other people think about you. Someone will always have something to say, but I can tell you firsthand, there's 10 other people for that one person that actually knows that you're doing something right with what you're doing as a coach, that you're inspiring that person, that you're making them want to live a better lifestyle. L is for love. You need to share the love. Love on others. Reach out to people and connect with them. If you're not loving on others, you're not creating a team culture. So share the love. Be a loving person. Whatever you received, go ahead and give that back to your social media audience. Discipline. All right, so discipline as a Beachbody coach. I always have a lot of people ask me, how do you build up momentum and habits? How are you making this work for you? As a brand new coach, it's very, very easy not to do the work. But then again, it's very easy to do the work. We lay everything out for you. So you need to build up the habits and momentum. And they put down here, how do you drive a car? So how do you build up momentum and habits, and how do you drive a car? You're probably wondering, what does that have to do with anything? Well, you got to force yourself. You got to force yourself to go get your permit, go get your driver's license. You have to force yourself to get in the car, take the keys, put them in the ignition, start the car. You should be putting on your seatbelt. Some of us don't. And you need to take the car out of park, put it in reverse or drive, and press the gas. Same thing with being a coach. You need to build that momentum. Now, when you get in the car, do you think step by step about doing all that? No, it's second nature. It just becomes a habit. So you literally have to force yourself. So when I sit down doing my power hour, I literally have to force myself to turn off my phone. Like right now, Anthony keeps calling me because he's at ShopRite. I literally had to take my phone, ignore it, and plant it face down, or else I would stop this recording and I would have to start all over again and probably do it tomorrow morning because I might not have time later on to do it. So it takes discipline. You got to, even with your workouts, like I said earlier, you got to lace up your shoes and you got to get your workout done. This is how you build habits, which in turn build up momentum. The next time you don't feel like doing something you don't want to do, think about what it takes to build success. It's not always going to happen. So with that, I've also found that I have to make sacrifices. You've got to make sacrifices. We touched on that a couple minutes ago. Like, all right, am I going to want to go out, or am I going to want to work on my business? I'm not telling you not to have a life, but later on down the road, you'll have more freedom to you than you have now. So up here too, it says success is never owned, it's always rented. And I think of Melanie Mitchell, the top coach. She is still the top coach, and she never takes her success for granted, and she shows up every single day. So there's so many things we can do together, and it's just taking small steps, and over the year will lead to big success. Okay, I kind of messed up my slides a little bit. So right here, I have what's the goal, the things we should be focused on. So your journey. Your journey is your health and fitness. It's your story. It's your before and after pictures. It doesn't always have to be pounds and inches you lost. Your journey also has to do with trainings that we all provide for you. When is the last time you sat down and learned a little bit more about this business? Your journey is also you sharing your social media. My business is 100% based on social media. So half my day, I'm thinking about what I have to post online. I want you to ask yourself, how committed are you to your challenge groups? How committed are you on, sharing events and things like that on your social media? How committed are you to your meal plans and your workouts? Everything is your journey. Leadership. So how committed are you to personal development and to your coaches? If you're my personally sponsored coach, I'm very direct. So the ones that take my advice are the ones that are successful. Are you learning and are you giving? Ask yourself that. Do you take the time to share what you learn with other people and other members? Example, in our Fitz Dynasty team page, or in our Barbells and Bows and and Fearless team page. If you found something new, ask yourself, are you sharing that with the rest of your team? Even if you're not sharing it with us, you could reach out and you could share it to other teams too if you're involved in any other groups. So Shannon Jordan, a brand new coach the other day, shared a Shakeology recipe app that I never even knew about. I don't think Britton knew about it either, or anyone else on our team. She shared that. It's little things like that that makes you become a leader. And over time, you're going to be sharing, your invites and how you're closing your sales and things like that. Are you creating a brand? Ask yourselves. It's simple. What do you want to offer people? For me, my nutshell is living a healthy, fulfilling life. That's kind of like Beachbody's slogan, but with freedom. And, I pretty much gear my brand towards younger women, like 20s to 30s. Most of the women have kids. Most are working and want to turn this into a full-time business and stay home with their family. That's my brand. I love fitness. I love health. I love beating the odds. A lot of people know my story with cancer. I love hair. I love makeup, and I love my dogs. Like, that's what I'm about. Next is building a team. So I just want everybody to know that most of you guys think you need thousands of coaches, but I will tell you firsthand, if you're an A player and willing to do the work, you don't need 1,000 coaches. I want to give you guys a little tip about rank advancement. Rank advancement is not everything. If you're here for income, your rank isn't always everything. Just because you're a diamond coach doesn't mean you're making more money than an emerald coach. But I will tell you, if you want to be building a business, you need to always be improving, and you need to get to emerald. Emerald is the first rank above being a coach. So it's very easy to get to. It's only 2 coaches you need underneath you. And that's what's going to get your bonuses. So you will start earning bonuses, and you will start earning residual income, which means you will start earning income without you having to make a sale. It's going to be based on your team. So emerald, we need to get you there. That's your first step. But don't think that just because someone's a diamond coach that they're making more money than an emerald. That's not it. Like I said, if you are an A player and you're all about building a business, you will get there. All you need are 5 U's. If you can just find 5 people like you as committed, you will have a solid business. If you can help 10, awesome, but all you really need is 5. Sometimes even 2, but 5 is pretty much the magic number. Sorry, Anthony keeps texting me. We help people with their health and fitness, but if that's all you're focusing on, you're missing the full potential this business has for you. I spend half my month helping my customers with Shakeology and with their workout programs and their meal plans, and half my time I spend helping my coaches. So Success Club, next. Success Club is the foundation in this business. Success Club is everything. If you're shooting for 5, that's great, but you're pretty much shooting yourself in the foot. I want everybody to reach for 10. The difference is only 2 people. The difference from helping 3 people to 5 people, so 3 people will get you Success Club 5. 5 people will get you to Success Club 10. And the only difference between that is a little more effort, and it's just a little more work. You need to relentlessly work towards SC10. There will be times that I barely meet SC10 by the skin in my teeth. I'm talking like the last hour of the day because I work relentlessly towards SC10. But your business will grow faster. You're helping change more people's lives, and your odds of finding people to do what you are doing, to want to coach and to build a business, will be higher. Success Club 10, it'll give you all the points. So it gives you money towards the Success Club trip too. So there's really no point of why you should be missing out on SC10. SC5 is all right, but shoot for SC10. Oh man, these slides are killing me. Okay, it's a little backwards. So, dreaming bigger. I hear a lot of people always say, all right, I'm a little overwhelmed, but I'm going to tell you, being overwhelmed is just some word that you're coming up with. You don't need to be overwhelmed. You just need to take it one day at a time. So when I say dream bigger, I'm not trying to overwhelm anybody. I'm trying to give you guys a vision and a belief and reverse engineer those visions and beliefs. So don't go put a goal up on a board and expect it to happen, because you need to do the actions. That's what I mean by reverse engineering. You know, I came up with the name Fit and Fearless, and I came up with it because I want me and my team to be mindfully and physically fit and fearless. So when you think about some goals, like how many coaches will you build? How many SE points each month? So you got to think about how many people am I going to invite? How many people am I going to try to connect with? How much money will you earn? You know, you got to think about, okay, so I want to earn this amount of money. How many challenge packs do I have to sell? Which in turn will lead back to how many people do you need to connect with? How often do I need to share my story? Am I going to plan any trips? Am I going to be working less hours at work? If I want to eventually work less hours at, say, my full-time job now, you got to think to yourself, all right, so since I want to work less hours, say you work at a grocery shop. At a grocery shop, I need to put in as many hours and make some sacrifices as I can to work my Beachbody business. So in the long term, I can have freedom and work less hours there and more hours here. I did that firsthand, guys. I worked my Beachbody business day and night when I was working full-time at a salon, and now I'm only at the salon one day a week, not because I have to be there, but because I choose to be there, because I still enjoy doing hair, and I still love the people that I work with, and I love my clients there. If I didn't want to do that, I don't have to. I could stay home with my baby, and I can work my Beachbody business, and that's it. Rank advancing at Premier League. Do you want to be these things? So just think to yourself, you know, some of your goals. Okay, so here's the power of threes. And you might be wondering how on earth you earn an income. Hold on one second.